Girl, what is you talking about? Black people do not get depressed. We are too strong. Depression? That is a cop out. You are just attention seeking. You better learn how to deal, honey, because life ain't no crystal stair for nobody. You can't claim depression, girl. You better rebuke it. Girl, you are not depressed. You just tired. You got too much to be thankful for to be claiming depression, okay? Depression, girl. You know that's what the white women be claiming. That is not for us, honey. We don't get depressed. You may be feeling like I'm just acting, but I'm not. What I just said in the beginning of this video are real statements that have been made to me and to other people that I know and love in regards to depression. So on this True Talk Tuesday, we're going to talk about Black people don't really get depressed, plus other lies and misconceptions. Hey guys, I'm Katie. Welcome to MzNaturalLife TV, where we do life together naturally. And this is another episode of True Talk Tuesday on my channel. And if you're new here, True Talk Tuesday is a segment on my channel where I discuss lifestyle topics that are close to my heart. It is absolutely unfortunate that even now in 2018, as woke as we may be, as educated of a community that we are, as helpful that we can be to those we love and care about, that depression is a topic that is still kind of just, you know, pushed under the rug. It's still not widely accepted. It's still ridiculed. And I just felt that it was important to come in and talk about it. So in order to talk about this, we have to start with the truth. Number one, depression is a real thing. It's not something that people make up. It's not something that people just say for excuses. It's not something that people say for a cop out. And a lot of times it's definitely not something people claim to be attention seeking. It's also something that you should not dismiss. And when I say dismiss, I mean dismissing it if you are going through it, or dismissing it if someone you know or someone you love or are close to or come across talks about having depression. You should not just dismiss it. The reason why this is extremely important to me is because I have battled with depression on a few different occasions in my life where it was really deep and dark. And then, you know, in my family, people that I'm close to, my friends, some of them are dealing with depression right now as we speak, in a personal form or even a clinical form. And like I said earlier, those statements are hurtful, and they're actual statements that people have either said to me or to someone that I love. And I feel like it's time for us as a community to stop with that. Like, we need to actually deal with this, because the reality is, as strong as we're supposed to be, as, you know, unbreakable, unconquerable that we're supposed to be, we're all people. So regardless of the color of our skin, we go through stuff. I go through stuff, and a bunch of y'all probably go through stuff too. And there have been times where, you know, depression hits. For some people, you know, it's a all the time thing that they have to deal with. And for other people like me, it's seasonal. Like, it may come at different seasons in my life depending on whatever the situation is that is causing it. And so I feel like it's definitely something that we have to grapple with and come to grips with in our community, so that we can help each other through, so that we can live our best life. So one of the first things that I want to say is, if you're dealing with depression, there is nothing wrong with you. I mean, seriously, you're not crazy. You're not out of the norm. You know, you're not someone who's just floating over here by yourself, dealing with these feelings by yourself as if you're the only one. You're not. And so I know that a lot of times we tend to think that we're the only ones, and that is one of the worst things you can do, is be isolated. And a lot of times we're isolated first in our thinking. So that's the first thing. You're not abnormal. You're not by yourself. Of course, the first thing is you gotta acknowledge that you're going through it. You can't just, you know, close the windows, put the covers over your head, and just live there. You have to acknowledge, you know, the feelings that you're having. You have to be willing to maybe even uncover some of the reasons why you may be feeling that way. A lot of times depression can be situational. It can be as a result of some sort of chaos or turmoil or disappointment or grief that you experience in life. And it may be, you know, chemical or, you know, scientifical for lack of a better word, but you have to be willing to acknowledge where you are, because you can't get healed until you know and admit where you are. You got to start somewhere. Of course, I'm not a medical professional, so in speaking about the different situations or the catalysts that may cause or bring on an onset of depression, you know, I'm not going to sit up here and try to act like I'm a medical doctor or have a medical background, because I don't. But I am saying be willing to research and look at, you know, what could be the possible causes. Also be willing to try out maybe some new methods or new things to help with it. I know for myself, I do take some time for self-reflection, where I will really just pray and be by myself a little bit and kind of determine, you know, what is the onset of this feeling. It's like, why do I feel this way? And being completely and totally honest with myself. Also, in that self-reflecting time, may take time to pray and meditate and, you know, really try to build myself up, you know, on the spiritual sense, so I can have some undergirding to help me out. I also increase my vitamin intake. You know, I make sure that my iron is not low, you know, that my vitamin C is on point, that my folic acid is on point, you know, my B12, all those kind of things. I kind of try to measure and make sure that I'm not behind on taking my vitamins and behind on drinking my water and eating healthy, because food does affect that. I mean, look it up, you know, look it up. Food can have an effect on your body and how your body, you know, the chemical processes of your body. So I will kind of go ahead and evaluate there as well. And then I also talk with my husband about a lot of things. He is my trusted accountability partner, and I definitely feel like that is definitely a tool that you may need. You may need to talk with someone. And when I say talk with someone, I'm not just saying someone in your family. I'm saying a medical professional if you need to, a therapist if you need to. You need to be willing to do whatever methods that you need to accomplish bringing yourself out of the depression. And there is nothing wrong with that. You know, that is another misconception, that therapy and therapists are of the devil and you're crazy if you talk to someone. That is not true. That is a lie. And if you need to talk with someone that is a professional in helping you through it, then you need to do that. And then also realizing that the people that you surround yourself with may not all understand. I know for myself, and some of the people in my family or friends that have been dealing with depression, you know, sometimes even the people that are closest in your tribe may dismiss it, which is not fair, which is why I said in the beginning, you know, those are lies. You know, it's not something that you're making up. It's not something that you're just seeking attention for. You know, a lot of times it really is truly, you know, a hard time for you, and sometimes people are just not going to get it. And while it's hurtful, you can't dismiss it from yourself because you don't get that support from whomever that you feel that should be supporting you. And you have to let them, you know, have it. You know, let them have their opinion, and then take the time to do what is necessary for you. Be sure to try to get a trusted person, like I said, a spouse or a friend or a therapist or a doctor to help you through the processes, to help you through maybe uncovering some things, to help you get the correct methods. If you need medication, if you need to have a new diet, if you need, you know, resources in terms of physical activity, whatever it is that you need, you have a responsibility to take care of. Number one, that's you. You have that responsibility. Nobody else has that responsibility. And so give yourself permission to be well. Give yourself permission to live your best life. Another thing that I have actually done, which may seem taboo, but it's really not, because it's helped me out a lot, is I have looked at other people that have been struggling with some of the things that I may struggle with. I know here on YouTube, someone that has been a valuable asset to me through the years is Rushni of Glamazini. She does free therapy sessions on her YouTube channel, and also in her Celebrate New Growth Facebook group, where she talks about her struggle with depression. She talks about her diet. She talks about different things that has happened in her life, different circumstances, and what she has done to help herself, you know, overcome depression. And so I'm going to leave her links in the description box just in case you guys want to check some of them out. I think it's very good information and very good sharing, because I have to say that her sharing her story helped me, and I'm sure that it helps a whole lot of other people in the fact that she's very open in the whole topic and she lets you in on her life. And so I would say, when I say be open-minded, you know, it may be someone around you or someone on the internet that can help you as well by sharing their story. From the smallest point all the way to the biggest point, from the shortest time to the longest time, you're not the only one that has dealt with depression or that is dealing with depression. So give yourself permission to be a human, to be a person, to have feelings, to have emotions, and to be alive enough to overcome it. So value yourself. Let yourself be a person. Let yourself feel. Let yourself heal. Do the steps, whatever the process is that you need to overcome it, do it. You're worth it, you're valuable, and your life shouldn't be dismissed because people don't understand. So if you know someone who's going through depression or has battled depression, the best thing you can do is check in on them. Ask them what they need. You know, that's another thing. Ask them what they need, you know, and if you can't provide it, pray for them and help them find someone who can help them get what they need, you know. That's very important so that the person doesn't feel alone. So I know this video doesn't answer all the questions. It doesn't fix everything. But I felt strongly that I needed to come on here and just reaffirm to people who may be battling depression that, hey, you're not alone, and reaffirm to people that may not have battled depression or that may have a certain viewpoint on it to change it, you know, to encourage you to change your mindset. And let's, as a community, surround each other in love and support. I hope that helps someone. I know that it has actually helped me to actually say it out loud. Like I said, it's not something that I go around and broadcast and most people don't, but I hope that it helps someone today. So there's my True Talk Tuesday for this week. Be sure to leave in the comment section your thoughts. Also, if you have any resources or information that you can share in the comment section, please do so. I love you guys so very much. Thank you so much for tuning in to True Talk Tuesday this week. Don't forget to follow me everywhere online at MzNaturalLife. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.